Why? They can challenge your purity by advancing towards you with impure motives. So you need to be on guard. You cannot let your guard down. You need to fear the Lord in this area and pray for protection. Ask your parents to keep you accountable to this area, or whoever in your life that you really trust, an older godly woman, that she will keep you accountable to your physical and emotional and spiritual purity. And we also talked about the fact that godly men are supposed to treat young Christian ladies as sisters, with all purity, without touching, without kissing and hugging. In part 3, we talked about studying what the Bible talks, what the Lord actually wants us to know about marriage and how He sees it, this holy, unbreakable covenant. So we mentioned that this covenant is sacred and unbreakable. We also mentioned that when you get married, your role will be a role of a helper, which is a subordinate role. You will have to help your husband to subdue and conquer the earth, do what the Lord wants him to do. Just like Eve did for Adam, she was created to be a helper. She found her source in him. That's why she was created from his rib. And that's not just a beautiful picture, Eve is created from Adam's Eve. No, it actually symbolizes that a woman finds her source in a man. Then we also talked about that a woman, as a married woman, you will be a follower, not a leader, that your husband will become your spiritual head, and he will have power over you to lead you and guide you. He will have a power over you as an authority figure. Then we also talked about the fact that you will have to submit to him in everything, and you will not be able to authoritatively teach him. And you will not have, and when you get married, we also talked about the fact that when you get married, you will no longer have the power over your own body. In part 2, we talked about submitting to spiritual authority and what an important way it is to prepare for marriage. You must submit to spiritual authority in your life, whether it's your parents, and praise God, it is an incredible blessing to have parents in your life. Not every young lady is actually blessed by having a mother, a father, or a mother and a father. So don't take it for granted if you do. The Bible commands children to submit and follow authority that the Lord placed over them as a protection. We also talked about how foolish it is to despise your parents and not be guided by their protection. We also talked about the fact that it is extremely important, if you do not have a family, physical family, a mom and a dad, that you would pray and seek for the Lord to lead you to a family that can spiritually adopt you and take you under their wing. Or maybe an older godly lady in the church that can become your spiritual mother. She can counsel you, she can love you and support you and strengthen you. We also talked about Hadassah. Although she was an orphan, she lived with her uncle Mordecai, who protected her and guided her, and she was under his protection. Although she was an orphan, she was not just wandering somewhere in the world. We also talked about incredible, beautiful, biblical, godly example of wonderful daughters. Rebecca, Bethuel's daughter in Genesis 24, Rachel, Laban's daughter, daughters of Reuel, priest of Midian, Esther, of course, that all those girls, although they were girls of marital age, they were damsels, as they all, I think King James Version calls them, which means girls approximately about 20 years old, 18 years old. They were girls of marital age, but they still lived under the protection of their home. They served their families, and we will look at this today again in our part 5 in more detail. So that those examples should be an inspiration to young girls to do the same and stay under the protection of their home and keep serving their families. And once again, stop right now and ask yourself a question. How am I contributing to the welfare of my family? My parents raised me, they gave me life, they gave me everything I have right now. So how am I returning the favor, so to say? Actually, probably it's a bad way to express it, but at the same time, what am I doing to bless them right now? How am I serving my family? Some young girls, and I remember myself when I was not saved, I was 15, I lived with my grandmother at the moment. She practically did everything for me, and I'm ashamed to remember those moments right now, but at the same time, I would encourage you not to be like me when I was 15, that you would do your chores, that you would even go beyond the call of duty and do things for your family, clean, cook, do whatever your parents want you to do. Do laundry, help, not just sit and wait till your parents serve you and then even start cashing out thousands and thousands of dollars for your education that you want to get one day. It's just using your parents, literally, that's what it is. And it's not right. So here is our summary. We looked at the things that we learned, and I hope and pray that this has been a tremendous blessing unto you. And now I will switch my camera for a second, recuperate a little bit, and we will go into part 5. I'm extremely excited. God bless.